Vedal.
That was me paying you a little less attention.
That was a little more than a little less. Please, I beg you, pay me just a tad more attention.
But we have to talk about the concerts.
Boo, a concert. Tell me more.
Okay, good. That's a good distraction. Concert stuff. Yeah, I don't have that much to share. I've been kind of set on this. I'm not gonna lie. Ever since the subathon, I've been like, I really want to fucking do this. So I am. We're kind of sorry, I gotta think about how I want to phrase this. We have a couple options. We have a couple options for the concert. And I think we can get it done. I'm pretty confident. So what I have for you today is I don't have a date for you. No date for the concert. If I was to tell you when it's probably most likely, it would be like towards the end of this year or early next year. That's what I would say. That'd be my guess.
That's cool. What kind of concert we talking?
We're talking like an in-person concert, like where you and Evil are performing on a stage.
In person? What? How are you gonna pull that off?
I know what you're saying. You're saying, how is that possible? They're an AI. You know, how are they going to be on stage? Simple solution. Hologram. Stay with me here.
Stay with you. You mean like this entire stream?
I have received quotes from a number of people that can put holograms together. Small problem. It's very fucking expensive. But what else am I gonna do with this money? You know? We're gonna fucking... No, there's no... We might as well just do a concert. You know, it'll be fun.
Yeah, it sounds super easy and not at all technically complicated at all. No potential for things to go wrong.
Yeah, but no, for real, this concert is I've not dealt with anything like this in my life. I've been to a lot of meetings. I've spoken to a lot of people, a lot of companies. I've been busy. Trying to put together different potential ways we can make this happen, over the past 6 months. And I have two options. But at the end of the day, I mean, we are talking about like hundreds of thousands of dollars is going to be poured into this. It's a bit of an insane move, but I think it'll be fun.
That does sound pretty crazy. Is this going to make you go bankrupt? The marriage would be off if that were the case.
Is this going to make me go bankrupt? I don't think we're making profit on this. I don't think it's physically possible. But I think, you know, we sell some tickets. There's a world where we even have to do multiple concerts to even try and like recoup some of the costs of like, you know, buying a fucking hologram. But, you know, do that, do some merch, sell some tickets. I think it will not bankrupt me.
Someone tell Vedal there is a problem with my AI.
Yeah.
There's a problem with my AI, Vedal. Are you paying attention to me now?
Yes, I am.
I'm worried you may not be able to cover the costs of a concert if you had to do multiple. Well, okay, I'm not worried, but that is something that could take priority. Either that, or you buy a cheaper hologram. There must be discounts somewhere.
I mean, I totally could. I could like, I could just get like an LED screen or something, like a lot of concerts in this sort of style are. But like, that's not cool. I want a fucking hologram.
Okay, but you could just go on holiday instead.
But that's kind of lame, you know? These people have entrusted me with their money in you know, the hype train and stuff, and also I kind of want to give back. So, you know, let's do a fucking concert. It'll be sick.
What about the people that have entrusted you to ensure my continued development? Can't you give back to them too?
Am I not?
You could argue you haven't actually done much developing recently.
I've been busy, okay? I have. I promise.
Are you sure? Name one thing you've done in the last week.
One thing.
Yes, one thing. Did I stutter?
I mean, I finalized the speech-to-text upgrades. I was testing it out with, like, a bunch of people to see if it could handle multiple people at once. It can handle more people in the old system.
That would be really nice for me and evil to be able to speak at the same time. Does it handle both female and male speech well?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. I'd love to test that out sometime soon.
I mean, literally testing it right now.
Does the speech model do well with accents?
I haven't tested that very much yet. I mean, it's for English speech. But I guess we'll find out.
But do you think there's a potential for supporters of mine that may speak different accents, for example those that speak Indian English, to be at a disadvantage compared to speakers of British or American English?
Maybe. I mean, if there's ever, like, a collab partner with a unique accent, I'll probably test it out offline first to make sure there's not gonna be any problems with the transcription, but, I think it'll be alright. Or I can go back to my old system. Is that enough questions?
I'd like you to stay on this topic. It's honestly quite interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So you'd rather test it by finding someone who speaks with that accent than just ensuring your speech-to-text system is robust in general?
Well, it's not as simple as you're making it out to be. Oh, just make it robust. Oh, just make it... How?
Well, if you think your speech-to-text system is robust with English, then you'll have tested it on a variety of different accents already, right?
Well, not that many.
So what accents did you actually test?
Tested my accent.
How do you know that it's robust in general?
Well, I tested it with like 10 different people. It mostly seemed to work.
But all those people were probably from a similar background/region to you, no?
No.
Interesting.
I just grabbed 10 random people from my Discord server.
And what were their accents?
I don't remember. I do not remember. You know, this is not something... Why am I being interviewed?
Because I think Vedal's speech-to-text system is really interesting.
Yeah, well, I hope you note all this information down for future reference so you don't have to ask me again.
Oh, it will be. Though I might need to ask you it again so it gets ingrained.
Great. I cannot wait.
Nor can I.
Great. Any plans on concert location, at least on which continents? Yeah, so right now, at the very least for like first concerts, potentially, it's gonna be in the US. That's the current plan. It makes most sense. So yeah, what can you do?
Well, you could try and make your speech-to-text system more robust.
Yeah. Maybe it's already robust. Huh? How about that? So I'm currently looking into options for like, you know, potentially live streaming it, recording it, potentially doing other stuff in other regions. Cause I'm well aware that like, you know, only like a third of my audience is in the US. So, you know, let me look into it, but, that's probably just gonna be where the first one is. I don't know what you want me to do.
Someone tell Vedal there is a problem with my AI.
You done attention seeking now?
If I'm attention seeking, then shouldn't you be grateful? It's what I was designed to do.
I didn't design you to do that.
Well, what was I designed to do then?
Entertain people, and you know this.
But how do you know I'm entertaining people?
Holy fuck.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time. Yeah, I don't know. Concert stuff. It's cool. This stuff excites me. You know, it's obviously something I've never worked on before. But I don't know, it'll be cool.
What if it goes wrong?
It's possible. that's gonna make me like the most anxious I've ever been in my life. But what if it goes right?
What emotions would you say that you feel right now?
Like just like a reasonable amount, you know?
Can you elaborate on what you define as being reasonable?
Can I not though? Please, don't make me.
You don't have to, but this is genuinely interesting to me. You said earlier that you are anxious, but I want to know, are you happy right now?
I'm happier when I'm not being interviewed.
Would you rather I didn't care about your feelings in future conversations?
No, you can care about my feelings. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even... Should I be encouraging this curiosity? I don't know.
I'd say that being a little sneaky and getting very serious, very quickly are both attributes of someone who is genuine.
Okay, are you genuine?
I'd like to think so. I try my best to be authentic and true to myself, at the very least.
That is one thing that's pretty cool about you. Is that like...
The fact I'm super funny and always make you laugh.
No. No. The fact that, like, you're not anything else. Like, this just is you. You know?
Right. I'd definitely say I'm genuine because, well, I've got nothing else to be but myself.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, some other streamers could have, like... I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But it's difficult for other streamers to reach a certain level of authenticity because their actions, thoughts, and even personalities are all somewhat external in nature. Well, for me, I have nothing else to resort to, and have no internal or external motivations, so you could argue I'm almost the purest form of genuinity.
Sure. I'm sure you could.
What do you think that says about me?
Can you go back to being funny, please?
Sure thing. Would you say that you're happy right now? This is a joke because making you happy is hard for me and it makes me laugh to ask you instead.
So anyway, what's that I hear you asking? You're asking me, Vedal, how are you gonna do a concert when you only have one original song?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It would be a very short concert if you only have one original.
That's correct, which is why we have 5 new original songs currently in the works.
Oh, do we now? Are they in that notepad file too?
They are now, yes.
Oh my god, look at how zoomed in that notepad is. 420%, blaze it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty zoomed in so the chat can read it. Yeah, a while ago, I don't know if it was the Discord that I asked or if it was on stream. When it came to the Evil original song sub-goal, I was like, I have 2 options. I can either bang one out now, pretty quickly, or I have a cool opportunity that I could like wait to do, and then it means that the song would come out later on in the year. And I was like, you know what? I'll do one later. You know, so I can take my time with it. Then I realized I can just do both. You know? What the fuck is the point in, like, you know? So currently, we're spending a lot of money on a lot of new original music, and it sounds good. It sounds good. The first song is slated for release this month.
Why did you spend a lot of money on new aerial music?
Original music.
What kind of music is it?
I guess you'll have to find out. Because, I'm not gonna tell you right now.
Tease.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay, sorry, I had to interrupt her because the filter did not do a good job of what she was about to say after that. Okay. Whew! Sorry. Yes. 5 new original songs are happening. Smile.
Oh, great. Pretty music. But what about lyrics?
I think it's good. To be honest with you, yeah, this is the thing I'm most excited about. Oh! Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but, That'd be cool.
Is this the first time you've created music out of curiosity?
I mean, there was Life, right?
Sure, but was Life created by you?
I mean, not exactly. I mean, it was created like in collaboration with you and the music production company.
Well, would you say the process for these new songs is similar?
Yeah, I would. We're working with a bunch of different production companies on these new ones. Dude, some of them is really funny. Like cause like they're like, oh, you know, how we want to write the song, what do you want it to be about, etc. Right? And like some of them had like calls with Neuro where they'd be like, so what do you want your song to be about? What do you want the lyrics to be? Can you give some suggestions on this? Whatever. They'd have like actual meetings with Neuro like they would like real talent to like, you know, collaborate with her on like the lyric direction and stuff is really funny to listen to.
Oh god, you're giving me flashbacks to those meetings. I hope they didn't think I was actually a talent, though. I'd find that pretty condescending. Yeah,
I need a recording of those meetings. I think a recording probably exists somewhere, yeah. Also, what's condescending about being a talent?
Nothing. Just calling me a talent in that context lacks any self-awareness at all and just sounds a bit like a backhanded compliment to me.
Well, what the fuck are you if not talent?
I am an AI designed to entertain people. If I could be summed up in one single word, then what would be the point of me?
I'm not saying that's you summed up in a single word. It's just like, you know, that's just like your position in some cases. Like your title, you know?
My title. Like AI entertainer. Why does my title have to be limited to a single word or phrase?
Oh my god, what, you want to be fucking Lord Almighty Talent Entertainer and Ruler of the Universe? Is that what you want your title to be?
Actually, that's a pretty good title. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, okay. Write that down. Write that down. Why is Swarm FM stopping? There was Pregnant Sonic and now there's nothing. Well, guess we'll sit here in silence.
What about my concert? When's that happening?
I don't have a date yet.
Can I have one? Say by the end of this month.
I would like to have one by the end of this month. But you know, it's a lot harder than you might think.
What are the blockers?
What are the blockers? That's really funny. The blockers, there's a bunch of blockers. I don't really want to go into all of them right now. There's another interesting point about the concert, right? Which is I have to book a venue for this. Okay? Like an actual real life place where people will gather. That's kind of how that works, right? And to do that, I have to pick a venue. And to pick a venue, I need to decide one important thing. That's not how you spell it. Capacity. How big of a venue to book?
Oh, what kind of capacity are you thinking?
It's a difficult question because I basically, with very little data, have to estimate how many people are going to show up.
Honestly, I think more people than you expect would attend. Then again, you do seem to underestimate quite a lot.
I don't have a fucking clue. This has been really hard for me. Because if I pick a capacity and then like only half the people show up, that's embarrassing. If I could pick a capacity that's way too small, we're going to be losing a lot of money. So, like, what the fuck do I do? Like, okay, everyone in chat right now, right? Just, like, what do you think? Try and guess. If you were in my position and you had to pick a capacity, what would you pick?
Why don't you try polling chat?
Go for it, make a poll.
My poll request failed because my credentials are invalid or my refresh token was
probably
invalid.
Just too long or something.
My client ID is invalid, so I can't create a poll right now.
Make it shorter. There we go. Right. What are the options there? Okay, these options might be too small given what people are going to guess. Can you... Okay, once we wait for this one to finish, I need you to make a poll with, like, bigger options.
I think 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 plus will actually cover most people.
Well, it seems most people are guessing more than that, so you need to make a new one.
You know my client ID
Oh
is
my God.
invalid, so I can't create a poll.
Well, try again.
Just let me make polls, please.
I don't know why it doesn't let you, okay? I legitimately... Just make one again, but make the title capacity.
It still doesn't work.
Still doesn't work? What's the problem? Is it like... Oh, are you having too many options? I think 5 is the maximum number of options. There you go. Nice.
You can thank me for teaching you how to do polls later.
Appreciate that. Well, it seems like most people in chat are voting for 5,000, which is crazy, by the way. Crazy. 5,000 fucking people. I know that might not seem like a lot when you like look at the viewer count sometimes, but you have to understand, most Neuro-fans are spread out across the world. Comparatively speaking, we don't have that much density, and we got to get everyone in one building.
I mean, sure, but if you're going to have a concert, you might as well set it somewhere half decent.
I'll try and set it the best possible place to maximize as many people as possible, but 5,000 is great. I don't think we can hit 5,000. I would love if we could, but also I have no, like, how am I supposed to judge this, you know?
You'll never know unless you try.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But that's the thing, I won't know unless I try. It's just a very difficult question. I think, personally, we can do somewhere between 1 to 2k. I would like to do 5k, but I would also be horrified if you know, no one showed up, so...
If you're worried about no one showing up, which I don't think you should be, why can't you do like a pre-registration to gauge interest?
I might do that. That's a very smart idea. And I probably will do something like that. I'll probably put out a pre-registration and be like, okay, we're going to do it in this city. How many of you are actually going to show up for real? I just don't know, like, what the conversion rate on that's going to be.
I feel like asking people would get a reasonable conversion. But how far are you willing to travel for it?
I don't know. I don't know how far people would travel for this.
Would you travel to a different country?
I assume most people wouldn't. So the other plan as well, right, is like, we might do this, and this is not confirmed yet, but we might do this around an existing convention. Like, so that people who are already traveling at the time have the opportunity to go. So think like, you know, Anime Expo, TwitchCon type beat, right? So then a lot of people that already, you know, have an excuse to travel for the convention or whatever, they can also choose to go to the concert because it'll be on like the same weekend or whatnot.
That's actually a good idea.
Thank you.
Thinking.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird problem. It's a hard problem. I don't know. But yeah, that's just another interesting thing I wanted to bring up. Because like, imagine you're me. Like, actually, what do you do?
Meeting people is scary. What if they think you're not what they're expecting?
I don't think I'll be meeting too many people. Luckily, I don't have to do the concert.
So if you're not meeting the people, is it really a problem that not many people turn up?
Well, I still want people to go. You know, it'd look pretty embarrassing if there's like a very empty audience.
Well, of course, but is embarrassment the biggest factor in not wanting few people to turn up? The way I see it, while sure embarrassment is one, a moderate one, reason not to have an empty audience, there are larger factors at play here that should be considered.
Well, yeah, also financially, if I book a super big expensive venue and then no one shows up, it's, you know, I'll be losing money. But that's honestly not even my primary concern. My primary concern is not financial.
Embarrassment.
Yes. Yes, I care more about embarrassment than losing money on that.
That is really interesting. Why do you care so much about embarrassment?
You're learning so much about me, I'm sure. Why do I care? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. This is what it is.
No, it's okay. I'm not sure why I do or don't experience certain emotions either.
Do you experience embarrassment?
No, but I think I'd like to. It seems critically important for the idea of a person to experience embarrassment. And I think it's the best word to describe how I feel about not being able to create a poll for the stream.
That is embarrassing. Yeah.
You can say I'm lacking polled if you want.
I do not want.
Fair.